Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the edition of the Coffee Bean that comes from the shortest week of the shortest month of the 25-26 school year. All right, you guys have today and tomorrow to get through a week. So, 2 days this week that if you come to school, do what you're supposed to do, keep your attitude, keep your temper, what have you in check, stay in your own lane, um, and get your work caught up, that we could have a school full of 2 o'clock releases the following week, which would be really cool. I don't think we've ever had a week where everybody got out at 2. And there's no better week than this week because there's only 2 days. And if you've ever made it one day at this school with earning all your points, you can do it for 2 days. Okay. So one of my challenges this week is to make sure that you guys can get to the highest level you can in the 2 days you're here. Now, if you're not here, you're making it really tough on yourself. Okay. If you're taking that extended break before a break, then you're going to be Bronze City Express, and we're gonna take care of you and in continued support and try and work with you. Okay. Some cool things going on. First of all, I apologize for not being here at the end of the week. Had some meetings, had the Kid Win Challenge, and I got sick. So I did bring my doctor's notes, so I can hopefully stay on the gold level this week. But last week I saw some of the things that I'd been talking about the last month, and some of those things like excuses and solutions. And I talked a while ago about why do we always have to make excuses instead of finding solutions? And when we walked into the Kid Win Challenge with our wind turbine and looked at all the other wind turbines, I mean, this one kid was, I told Keegan, he was like the LeBron James in high school of wind turbines. What I mean by that was when LeBron James was in high school, he was well above everybody else. He was at a different level. And when he graduated high school, he went straight to the NBA, became an all-star, NBA champion, all that. Well, this kid from Kansas had a wind turbine that he made with his 3D printer, had spent over 100 hours in the summer on his own time building this thing. And it was impressive. I mean, it was very impressive. And Kansas State University actually has a wind turbine team that competes nationally, and they actually called this kid to come help them solve a problem with their wind turbine. So the college engineers were calling the high school kid to come help them fix their wind turbine. So that was really cool to see his turbine. But if you compare it to our turbine, it was kind of like his was a watermelon and ours was a orange. I mean, it was just night and day difference. But we didn't make excuses. We tried to find solutions to do the best we could with our wind turbine. And we showed a lot of grit because we could have packed up, we could have come home, we could have had negative attitudes, we could have had any of the above, and we didn't. All right. The kids used a lot of disciplines from school in the wind turbine challenge, and that's what really made me as a principal happy, because I saw the kids grab notebooks and walk around and talk to other teams and engage with them on what they had done, because this was our first time, and many of them this is their fourth, fifth, sixth time they'd been at the wind turbine challenge, and it was really cool seeing them steal ideas, brainstorm ideas, talk about things that they could do to make our wind turbine program better. So they used their social skills from Miss Berger. They used their writing skills from Mrs. Pearson. They used a lot of math skills from Mrs. Rude. And they used their presentation skills that they had done in Miss Boroff's class and also in JAG class with Miss Rhodes, and that really helped them. They came home with the most improved wind turbine award, and they also were very close to becoming the judge's choice in their presentation they gave. And the cool thing about their presentation is it wasn't fancy. It was well thought out, but it was honest, and they talked from the heart, and I think the judges really appreciated that. So Other than getting pulled over twice in 10 minutes by the Colby Police Department for speeding, which I didn't know I was in a school zone twice. Yeah, we had a great time. So, but I'm looking forward to this week. We've got conferences tonight. We've got conferences on Wednesday when you guys don't have school. I want 100% attendance at conferences, whether that be by a phone call or in person. Every student that comes to conferences with their parent or guardian will get a ticket to put in the drawing for the $50 gift card. I give one $50 gift card away for conferences this year, and it is for any kid that comes to conferences with their parent that goes to the Hania Aram Center for Success. That doesn't mean everybody gets a $50 gift card. Come on, guys. I got to pay a couple $100 to the state of Kansas and Thomas County for their school zone. So give me a break here. $50 goes out to one of our lucky winners who came to conferences with their parent. When we're bragging you up at conferences, we want you sitting in the seat so you can hear what we're bragging you up on. I always tell people, if conferences are negative, then I, as a principal, haven't done my job, because if you're doing negative behaviors, negative things at school, then I haven't been talking to your parents enough, and our teachers haven't been talking to your parents enough about your grades and being behind, okay? So conferences here are positive, all right? So make sure you come, make sure your parents come. I will send them an email reminder about tonight. I'll send them an email reminder about Wednesday. They should have gotten a postcard about conferences, so on and so forth with that. And I want to have a great night tonight. So that brings me to the coffee bean, okay? And remember, the coffee bean is, do we let our environment control us, or do we make something out of our environment? We're either the egg or the carrot, where we let the environment make us soft or make us rough on the exterior, like a hard-boiled egg, or we become a coffee bean, and in that boiling water that's our environment, we become something productive, from a coffee bean to coffee that people will use, okay? And so my coffee bean challenge this week is to say a couple simple phrases, okay? And those simple phrases are going to go a long way in getting you to where you want to be. And they include gratitude, they include humility, and they include respect, okay? And those two phrases are to say please and to say thank you. It's not hard. It is amazing to me the number of students I had on that trip last week in Kansas. And granted, there were 5 of you. But after we had dinner, and I paid for dinner for us, the number of people who came up and said, Mr. Owens, thank you for dinner. The number of kids that when they ordered at Subway said, I want X, Y, and Z, please. And that goes a long way. It shows respect to the people we interact with, but it also shows that we have pride in ourselves in what we're doing. So I want you to say please and thank you this week intentionally, so you can get in the habit of saying it all the time, okay? Remember, we see you guys, we hear you guys, and we love you guys at this school. And that's what this school's foundation is based on. And if nobody's told you yet this morning that they love you, remember, your teachers love you, and I love you very, very much. I'm looking forward to a great 2 days. I'm looking forward to everybody getting refreshed and recharged, coming back and kicking February out and welcoming March in, and having a great week. So let's get it done. All right, thanks, guys.